Howdy folks. Recently Jeff King over there at the Den of Tools, the Den of Tools, the bear, he said, "Who's Vevor?" And I got a lot of complaints and emails over that video, which was like, yeah, okay, I'll take a look at it. I sat down and went over the video more than once, taking a good look at the way he presented it, and yeah, he didn't give you a good picture, and you know what, we need to take a good look at it. Yeah, so we got to talk about the Den of Tools and that review about Vevor. It's not really Jeff King's fault. He did a pretty good job. He does really good research. And I've talked to Jeff many times, and we've sort of, ha-ha back and forth about certain things, especially Tack Life when it started to show up at Amazon so much, and they were, like Jeff said, they were killing it at one point until they got kicked out of there. Yeah, they got caught. And about 12 of them got caught. Anyways, they had their little, they were paying for reviews. Yeah, for, 5 gold stars, and I think I like this tool or something, yeah, like crazy stuff. But when Jeff did the show, he didn't really get too in-depth with what was going on, and he sort of didn't mention a lot of things that I think we should quickly cover. This is not a brand new startup tool company or something. They've been around for quite a few years. Jeff King mentioned that their registration goes back to 2010. I found old videos of reviews for Vevor tools in England, Germany, Australia, and these are a number of years old, and these were professional people that are, tradespeople that would say, well, my business is running great and I got a great deal on this Vevor welder or this Vevor machine. It was one of them was the plasma cutter, that sort of thing, and how they like to draw some tools from places like Vevor because they're cheap, middle of the road grade, tools, which is about what they are. But the best thing about Vevor that I really like personally is they have sales. And when they have sales, some of those prices, such as this 2-speed bandsaw, that was killer. It was like, that's the best saw I can get for that price that I can find, and I like the build. So it was like, yes. A lot of the stuff that comes from Vevor I really like, was not too crazy about their tables. Their portable table saw was, it was like, yeah, I don't like portable saws. I don't care if it's Ryobi or DeWalt or Delta. I don't care who it was. I'm not crazy about it. I like a good, big, heavy cabinet saw. When I'm doing table saw work, I love something that's big and heavy, and it's stable, it's quiet, it cuts, it cuts through really strong. So anyways, Jeff didn't mention any of the overseas sales as far as reviews with YouTube, and how years ago we've seen over and over again reviews with Vevor, and he didn't mention that, almost anything that comes from Vevor is going to have their trade name on it. So they put their name on it. So I already feel good about it, Vevor, when I see their name, their brand name is on these tools when they come in the door. There was a young fella who wrote me this morning, mentioned something about a table saw, and I don't know which model it was. I think it was probably the portable like I had, and apparently it was pretty heavily damaged from delivery. That is one thing. Vevor talks about fast shipping, turnaround times, great sale prices, and good quality, tough tools for half the price kind of thing. And that's great, I absolutely love it. It's like, you've got my attention, But even Vevor, when I sat down and talked about it for the last couple of weeks about what Jeff King had done and how this was sort of damaging in some ways, but we talked about it, and so they said, Vevor even told me, so you know what, our warranty, that still needs work. We're trying to get a toehold into the U.S. market. We've been all over the world, but we're trying to get into that U.S. market and get stock piled up into the Amazons, into the warehouses, their locations, so that we can ship stuff quickly to anyone buying our stuff. Cool, Jeff didn't talk about that. He talked about an address that almost looked fake or something that was based out of California. I think it was somewhere in California. And how there didn't seem to be an office building or anything there right now that says Vevor. Well, they're sort of new to the U.S. market, and like I said, they're coming in. So no, they don't have a great big brick and mortar store somewhere in downtown, LA or something right now. No, they haven't got to that. They haven't reached that level. But the other thing that Jeff didn't mention, and I don't even know if he knows, but there are various different marketing departments within Vevor. Vevor's large, you know, don't kid yourself. These guys are all over the place, and they have a lot of stuff, a lot of tools, a lot of different things, including a pizza oven, which Jeff was kind of excited about. And even Jeff has said a long time ago, he says, you know, the trades people, and I've worked, you know, in trades where you're out on installs and you're using power tools, and Jeff said it, it's absolutely true. They do not buy pro level tools. The only people that buy pro level tools are, well, I have to have the biggest and the best because I'm, you know, I have a lot of money or something, and that seems to be the stigma, you know. So like Jeff was right, you know, he pointed out, he says, yeah, a lot of, you know, these professionals do not go out and buy professional grade tools. There's a lot of reasons for it. And if you want to waste your money, you know, go ahead and have at it. But the reality is these so-called pros, they don't even buy those tools. You know, that's really the bottom line on it. Anyways, Vevor is middle of the road. When they have sales, that's when I say that's when to take the iron and strike the fire. You know, they've got a sale on something. So one of the things that Jeff's video kind of did was got a lot of complaints about, well, it looks like Vevor's some kind of fly-by-night tool company that will be gone tomorrow or something. Like, no, not with this kind of activity, with worldwide sales. I don't think they're disappearing anytime soon. They are middle of the road, and when they have sales, that's when to buy the stuff. You know, I got rid of my planer from DeWalt because it was $549, and the Vevor planer does the same job with the same number of blades. Actually, yeah, it does the same job. It was like, I'd rather have $300 tied up in a planer and not $549. So the Vevor planer is here. The DeWalt, I sold it for cash. It's out of here. You know, I'd much rather have that cash on hand for more tools. Yeah, that's how that works. You know, when I needed an oscillating saw, I grabbed the Vevor one because I knew the Vevor one is going to be good. You know, good quality. It's going to be okay. It's going to be great. Now, let's just back up and talk about warranty again, just for a second. If you order Vevor and say you're buying through a link that's with Amazon, you already know if you get the tool in and you just check it and you know, this isn't going to work, or I don't want it, whatever, you can put it back in the box. Amazon will send you a return label. You go to your local Brown store or UPS, you know, yeah, and drop it off with them. It's sent back. You get a credit for it, or you can get a replacement. Especially with couriers, I've had quite a bit of damage coming in from, you know, people that I guess they footballed or soccer kicked the box all the way up to the door of the house. You know, yeah, you know, it's like we've all had those, and some of it's pretty upsetting because you open it up and you look at the box, it's half destroyed, and you're like, oh man, what happened here? So anyways, like I said, with the warranty with Amazon, you could just send it right back immediately. I have only, I think once in my whole life, actually did a warranty, and it was a Ryobi, and I didn't get satisfied. What I did end up doing was kind of doing a trade-off for another tool because I really did not want the Ryobi tool replaced. I was having problems with them, and I had gone to two, I guess I'd burned 2 or 3 of them up and just said, you know, no good. Just, it's not going to do the trick. I don't want these things around anymore. And I was after more of like a refund, and Ryobi turned around and says, is there anything else you want? And I said, well, rather than do that, how about you sell me the Ryobi planer, the electric battery operated planer, because you can't buy it. I can't find it anywhere. And they pulled it from a warehouse and sold it to me. So it's still here, and I've used it, and I like it. I prefer the Makita. Is a better machine, but it's a plug-in. You know, it's not a battery. But it's just upsetting that I got all these emails and saying that, you know, man, Jeff really put Vevor down. He told us not to buy from Vevor. Vevor's a fly-by-night. Vevor's looks like they're going to go out of business tomorrow. This sort of complaints, and I don't think Jeff realized the damage he did or whatever. And I even talked to Vevor about it, and you know, they were like, well, you know, we have sent him some tools to review, and I'm like, well, I don't know if that's going to go good. But like I said, Jeff, I really connect with him a lot over tools because he likes a lot of the same things that I do, and we sort of have the same vision on a lot of tools. So I've always, you know, been really, you know, Jeff's my man. You know, he's a good guy. You know, there's a lot of cool stuff that he can do. He's also done some teardowns and stuff. And I have never worried too much about teardowns because it goes back to the same old thing. Like, if I pick up a tool and it's a great price and it does the job for me, I don't need to tear it down or know what's inside. If it does what I need to do, it's a good tool. Leave it alone. So, oh, we got to give something away today. Let's get off of this Vevor thing. Yay! Yeah, and move on to giving something away from Vevor. Yeah. Boom! It's now Thursday. That show was taped on Wednesday, but this part is taped on Thursday so that we give everybody a dead chance at the last minute to get their name in for the Vevor set of casters, and we're giving one set away to a lucky viewer. They're kind of a commercial grade. They're kind of nice. And if you buy like a set of 20, like we were talking about, that's quite a few, but there's a lot of stuff around here that I like to put wheels on for my workshop, and this breaks down to less than $5 a piece. I'd say that is an unbelievably terrific buy at that point. Yeah. Anyway, this is from Vevor, 285 pounds each. Good product. So we got a pile of names here. Oh, we're gonna stick them in the jar. They're in the coffee jar. If you entered, you're in the coffee jar right now. We got quite a few names. So let's do this and see who won. This has been a really awkward week, I think. Yeah. So let's see what we got here. We got okay, Mark up there in Ashland City, Tennessee. Mark, you're getting a set of wheels, man. And I know you're going to love them. When you see these things, you go, oh, wow. It's like commercial grade, you know, casters for tool benches, work stuff, whatever. Workstations, working carts, you name it. Anyways, Mark in Ashland City, Tennessee. What a lucky guy. And we're priority posting that, so it'll be there pretty quick for you there, Mark. Super. Fantastic. And that is our draw for the wheels this week. Man, oh man. Next week, got a bunch of new tools coming in. Some of the stuff I was hoping would be here this week. Stuff's not here yet, so maybe next week. I don't know. Meantime, I got to thank everyone for entering the contest, everybody for watching, and God bless, and I'm out of here. Over and out.